Look, every leader, every founder watching this right now knows the feeling. You pour blood, sweat, and hours into building something real, only to hit wall after wall of confusion, mistrust, and hidden agendas. Transparency? It sounds nice on paper, but in the trenches, governance is a black box. Decisions get made behind closed doors, power cloaked in silence. And you're left wrestling with doubts. Did they tell me the whole story? Are they holding back because they don't trust me, or worse, because they want to control me? That frustration, it's suffocating, because without real visibility, everything breaks down. Morale drops, innovation slows, and the smallest cracks can collapse entire teams or companies overnight. But here's the brutal truth. This lack of transparency isn't just an annoying feature of leadership. It's a massive, deadly flaw in every system we have today. Whether you run a startup, manage a fund, or steer a big company, the structures we trust are designed to hide things. Not by accident, because power loves darkness. It's easier to manipulate, easier to stall, easier to dodge accountability. If you want to call yourself a leader, you have to refuse to accept this. You need to rip off the blindfold, smash the secrecy, and demand a new way. One that's not about control, but about clarity and real connection. So how do you start? First, stop pretending that transparency means dumping data or making everything public for show. That's just noise and toxic overload that buries the truth. Real transparency is about information that matters, sharp, timely, and chosen deliberately to build trust fast. You put in place mechanisms where decisions are documented with context, where intentions, risks, and trade-offs are shared honestly, not sugar-coated. You make yourself vulnerable, not because it's cute or trendy, but because it forces people to step up, challenge, and contribute. Second, break down the old idea that transparency is a one-way street, leaders showing info to the team. That's weak. What's powerful is when you create feedback loops that actually shift power dynamics. When every stakeholder has a real voice and clear insight into what's happening, not just for show, but to influence outcomes. Grab real-world tools that track decisions, project progress, flows of money, and commitments. Use tech wisely, but don't let it replace human connection. Transparency is about building a culture where no one's left guessing or excluded. It's about shared responsibility, not just shared info. Third, get ruthless about who you bring into that circle. Transparency only works when people deserve it, when they are ready to handle it without playing games, without manipulating info for personal gain. Surround yourself with people who hold themselves accountable, who are hungry for truth and demand it from everyone else too. Trust flows both ways, and without the right people, transparency becomes chaos or weaponized against you. If you do this right, governance transforms from a dirty word into the strongest asset you have. Teams move faster, investors stay confident, innovation breaks free because everyone knows the ground rules and stakes. You build resilience from trust, not fear. The system becomes less about controlling people and more about amplifying what each person brings. You unlock the kind of growth and impact that topples old power games and sets new standards. This is not a theory, it's a call to action. You have to start demanding transparency that means something real. Be brutal about cleaning up your own house first. Set the standards for your team and your investors. Show them what you expect. Expose the messy, difficult conversations instead of avoiding them. Build tools, habits, and rituals that force truth to surface daily. And hold everyone, including yourself, to that standard relentlessly. Power doesn't vanish when you show your cards, it shifts. And the winner is always the one who can see the whole table while everyone else is guessing. If you want to lead in the future, transparency isn't optional. It's your weapon, your greatest leverage, and your only path out of the endless loop of lies, half-truths, and broken systems. It's time to stop tolerating secrecy and start building a world where governance actually serves the people who make it all possible. The builders, the investors, the relentless doers who refuse to settle for anything less than real. Let's get to work. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to discover more.